Move across the country. Move across the country and hope that sadness won't find you, won't follow you like a stray dog from coast to coast. Hope the sadness isn't just a fog on a leash, shadowing you always. Hope the sadness can't be as fleet as you are. Hope the sadness is more rooted. Perhaps the sadness has friends, a family, and can't just pick up and go. Look at all this stuff the sadness has here in San Jose or Chapel Hill or wherever you're currently leaving. How's the sadness going to survive without all this stuff?
I miss my friends. This is so fun.
Hope this isn't one of those any place I hang my hat is home type situations where sadness hangs its hat on you. Hope that you are not the sadness's home. Anywhere you go, no matter how far, no matter how quickly, the sadness lives in you. Hope to God it's not that. It's been really stressful. Cried on this roof probably like 4 times in the past week. Just felt so overwhelmed. Just everything I was doing was just not enough. And I'm really stressed out, and I'm just always stressed out, and I'm starting to gray. Now I sleep at like 4 or 5 in the morning every day again. Like I was sleeping on the couch. I'm not gonna lie, this shit's been hard. A lot of people are like, oh, you're living my dream. I'm my worst enemy, and I start critiquing myself over every single small thing. Move across the country and start a new adventure. Create a brand new life. Buy a new set of furniture, a fresh autumn coat. Fill your days with distraction. Take a class, learn an instrument. Visit your local library and crack open one of those Bronte sisters you always meant to get acquainted with.
Self-love cannot flourish in isolation. It is no easy task to be self-loving. When we see love as a combination of trust, commitment, care, respect, knowledge, and responsibility, we can work on developing these qualities, or if they're already a part of who we are, we can learn to extend them to ourselves. I'm obsessed with this book.
Anything to make those days pass faster, to accumulate distance, to get you as far away as possible from the day you left. Move across the country and watch the short yellow lines shoot past you down the pavement. See the city recede in the distance behind the taped up boxes obstructing your rear view. Settle somewhere fertile, plant a new you, and watch you blossom. Oh my god, what is happening? Was that because of me? Was that me though? You can barely remember that old you now, the one who lived in that other place and was sad. The old you wasn't you, this is you. This is the you want to be. You have friends now, a routine, a coffee shop where someone, as you saunter in, smiles and says, the usual. Hey, how are you doing?
Good.
I'm good, how are you? I had to come back. Obviously. When at a bar late, you pick up a hobby of a person that somehow grows into a habit. A person whose flaws sparkle off yours in glorious coruscating patterns. A person who gets to know not just the you sometimes show, but the person you truly are. A person who, when you weren't looking, slipped a naked, wounded heart into the pocket of your jacket with a bow and a note that said, handle with care. Literally just started getting so anxious on my walk. I was like, oh my god, I feel like I'm like so just confined and like trapped. Like I just felt like, holy shit, like I needed to breathe and I just like couldn't breathe, and I was like, holy fuck. And I'm like still like I have chills right now, and I don't know if it's cold or just because it's like I'm freaking the fuck out for some reason. Like I don't understand. I just feel like so many things are happening all at once, and it's like I just want to sit down and like take a break and like breathe, and like I just get so overwhelmed. I don't know the answer. I can't help you. I don't know. Like, I don't know so many things. I, like, don't have my shit together. Like, I don't have my shit together. I'm so, like, high stress right now. You can romanticize things, like, all you want, but people still struggle with things. One night, you will wake up with a start in this person's bed. You will discover yourself in this person's arms, and you will disentangle yourself for the 100th time and dress yourself for the 100th time and try to leave this person's apartment. But when you get to the door, there will be a sticky note over the knob that says, but what if this time you stayed? And you will turn around and get back into that person's bed, and you will get back into that person's arms, and you will stay there for a year and a half. And you will learn how to be very, very tender with that person's naked, wounded heart.
Someone else's heaven. There's this one lyric where it's your hell is someone else's heaven. Thinking about the past 5 months I've gone through, that is still someone else's heaven.
And when sadness catches up, tracks you down, when you return home one day, arms full of groceries, to find the sadness sitting at the kitchen table, casually reading a paper as if it never left, eating a muffin as if this were all perfectly natural. When the sadness looks up at you and says, what did you think, buddy? What did you think was gonna happen? When the sadness smirks at you and says with a weary insistence that unravels you in an instant, this is the real love story here, buddy. You and me. When the sadness reiterates that, sure, certain smaller sadness is dull, but this sadness, the sadness, has seen you through it all. This sadness, the sadness, has never strayed from your side. Not really. And why would you want it to now? The epitome of stability in an inconsistent world. When that happens, you can put your groceries down and walk back out the door and close the door right behind you. You can get in the car and drive all night and call your person from the road and say, I'm sorry. You can keep driving until you hit a help wanted sign dangling off the edge of the opposite coast. You can take the new job and get all your stuff shipped out to you, or thrown in the garbage, or thrown in the river, or burned in a fire, or donated to the Goodwill. Go for a hike along the water and breathe in the fresh sea air. Move across the country and start again someplace new.
Now, I'm not saying you can't move across the country. I'm just saying, for me personally, moving across country will not solve your entire problems. And when I read this story from the book, I really resonated with it because I didn't think that moving across country would solve all my problems. I mean, I moved from California to New York City. I love the city. I've always wanted to live in a city. I love living here, but it's not like my life is perfect. You know, you can run for as long as you want, but you can't run forever. Just saying, don't run across the country. I didn't realize how much I would miss my foundation of my friends and my family, which has been really hard for me to adjust to. You're not instantly living this new life. You're the same you, just in a new setting. You still gotta work with yourself. You still gotta work on yourself. I learned the most about myself, I think, in this past it's been 8 months. In these past 8 months. Pretty much on my own, so. But I wouldn't trade it for the world. Yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. I know it was a little bit different, but if you did, make sure you like. If you really like me, don't forget to subscribe. Comment anything you want down below. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, broskies.